Hey, it's old Unicorn here, and I got something to show you. It's an auto potion brewer with a 303 brace. You're gonna love it. Come on, it's this way. Ooh, look at it. What a beauty. Automatic potion brewer, 9 tall, 3x3 footprint. I based it off of Maizuma's old potion brewer, which I thought could use an update. It's got the same basic functionality and just removed a few pieces, changed the redstone, and swapped out most of the blocks. I guess it's more inspired by than based off of, but link down in the description. Anyway, it runs off of 3 components. The main component is the brewer apparatus. This is where all the brew biz takes place. Also contains the redstone that coordinates the functions between the other components. When ingredients flow through the top hopper, the comparator reed lengthens, extending the piston that will lock the bottom hopper, allowing water bottles to stay in the brewer long enough to become potions. Once all the ingredients are used, the piston retracts, allowing bottles to flow through, which this lower comparator reads, sending the signal up to the next component, which is the ingredient delivery system. On signal from the brewer apparatus, the piston pumps. On the downbeat, the copper bulb toggles, sending a signal up the observer stack, activating all the droppers, which place all the ingredients into the hopper line to be delivered to the brewer apparatus in the correct sequence. The observer stack will also send a signal to the next component. The potion bottler. It consists of 3 dispensers facing into a non-flow waterlogged block. When activated, they fill the bottles, which are then collected by the hopper minecart to be sent to the brewer apparatus. We use the cart because a regular hopper isn't fast enough to collect the bottles before they get spat out to the north. So, yeah, we use the cart. The water source can be any non-flow waterloggable block, such as your choice of leaves. Come on. There. Mangrove root, or any copper grate. Alright. Now we've got our components. Let's put this thing together. You're going to want to collect these items. These are 9 redstone dust, 8 hoppers, 5 droppers, 5 glass, 4 pots, 4 observers, 3 dispensers, 3 note blocks, 1 solid block of choice, 1 copper grate, 1 button, 1 power rail, 1 sticky block, 1 chest, 1 potion brewer, 1 redstone block, 2 sticky peas, 2 comparators, 1 copper bulb, a hopper minecart, and a water bucket. Alright, to start, we're going to find our 3x3 area. I'm going to stick a chest here in the forward left corner, and on top of that, a hopper. And going into that hopper from the center, another hopper. And on top of that one, the brew stand. There we go. Pretty good. Alright, now we're going to come behind the chest with a glass block. It goes there. Top of the glass block, comparator. Then, coming out of the comparator, facing up, there we've got a sticky pea. A sticky pea facing up. Alright, on top of the comparator goes copper bulb. And right there. And then we get a observer who's going to be looking out into the distance. What you looking at, buddy? Nothing. There's nothing out there. Alright, so now I'm going to come around to the side. I'm going to put a glass block there for shiggles and a hopper going into the brew stand. Right there to the side. Alright, now we're going to come around to the back with 2 glass blocks coming off the back of the brew stand there and there. Coming off of that, 1 solid block. On that first glass block goes a comparator facing back, and then 2 redstone dust. Boop, boop. Alright, under this solid block comes a note block. Under that, you've got a sticky pea. Alright. Now, we're going to break these 2 blocks because the next block, sticky block. Then, redstone block. Alright. That's going to be pushed forward. That's going to lock that hopper there. Alright. Now, that is the brewer apparatus. We can now move on to the ingredient delivery system. So to start, we've got an observer going up, off the copper bulb, and some redstone, and then another, observer, redstone, and an observer. There's that. Now, off of this glass block, we're going to stack 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 droppers facing inward. Now, off the top of the brew stand, we've got 1 hopper, 1 pot, 1 hopper, 1 pot, and 1 hopper. And that is the item delivery system. Onto the water bottler. I'm going to come over to the side here, and off of this one, we've got a pot, hopper, and then a pot for looks. Into that top hopper there, we've got another hopper, and then on top of that, we got a powered rail here. Powered rail. On top of the powered rail goes the grate. Now, using the pot, we're going to place a dispenser facing into that grate. And because the dispensers don't always fire correctly, we're going to use the note block on top. Then using the note block, dispenser facing down, another note block, and then dispenser facing into the grate. Alright, and that is that. Now, to finish off, we're going to go up top here, off of in the very center, we got a glass block, and then we're going to get some dust, and dust like so. And that's all of our blocks in. But we're still not quite done yet. We still need hopper minecart. Now, we've got some prep to do. Come down to this hopper right above the brew stand, and we're going to put in classic 19 and 3. What that's going to do is give us a signal of 1 coming out the back here, so that when the ingredients flow through, it's going to push that out to extend that piston to lock that hopper down at the bottom there. Now we can go ahead and put blaze powder into the brew stand, and this hopper coming off the side, we're going to use more blaze powder in the final back 4 there, leaving the first one open. Now, we're going to come up to the copper grate, which we do not want to forget to waterlog again. And then we're going to fill the dispensers full of them bottles. 1, 2, and 3. Now, we're going to come around to the side, back to the front, and we're going to fill in our ingredients. The very top is always nether wart. Then we got our modifiers, like redstone dust. And then other ingredients go lower. Remember, nether wart at the top, and then in order that they get brewed from the bottom up, the rest of the ingredients. Alright, now one last thing to do, just to get us started, 1 nether wart in the brewing stand. Alright, final things final. Take a button, I'm going to stick that right underneath this sticky pea here, and give that a press. Up, down, and there it goes. Now we're brewing. Look at it go. And that is how the brewer do. That's going to continue until you get filled up here. And then it's going to go one more time. Once there's bottles in this hopper here, that sends out a signal that pushes up the piston, locking the mechanism. We remove some bottles here. That's going to drop the piston, which starts the cycle all over again. Alrighty, there it is. Unicorn's 3x3 Auto Brewer. You're welcome. Give me them clicks. Seriously. This is a lot of work. Like 3 days of work. Anyway. Unicorn out. Seriously though, give me them clicks. I got 5 kids to feed.